What's up, YouTube? It's Dear coming to you another video, and today I just have a short, simple message that I want to share with you guys. It's something new that I learned, and you know, every time I learn something new, I come back and share it with y'all. So I got this new book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I read a couple of chapters. I got this book Friday, so I haven't got that much into it. But there's something in this book that stood out to me, and it made me realize that, okay, I'm on the right path, I'm doing things right. And it just gave me clarity on what I'm doing in my life, and I thought that'd be cool to share with you guys. So sometimes you can feel like we're not doing enough or we're not going to achieve our goals, but this book showed me that the small things matter and that sometimes we can't think about the big goal, but we just have to think about the steps we take to achieve that goal. So this is what I wrote down, and this is what I learned, and I want to share with you guys. When you are trying to achieve a goal, don't focus on the reward, but focus on the steps you're taking to achieve that goal. It's the steps you take that make you successful, not the rewards. The reward is the result of the steps you took. Everything counts. The small steps lead up to the big steps. We have to crawl before we can walk, and we have to walk before we can run. Just because things doesn't happen in an instant doesn't mean it isn't going to happen. Greatness takes time, dedication, and patience. Being successful means it'll last a lifetime, not a moment. So you have your whole lifetime to build an empire. Don't disregard the smaller things in life. We need the smaller things. The small steps help us build a staircase so we can reach the sky. Because trying to leap without the steps will be impossible. So when we are trying to achieve a goal, think about the steps you can take to achieve that goal. Don't think about the outcome, because the outcome can cause more stress, because the outcome is a big difference from where you are now. So for instance, say if you want to save up $3,000 and you start with zero, you get so worried about thinking that how can I get $3,000? How can I save that much amount of money with the money I have now? So let's think about the things you can do now, because small changes lead up to big changes, and small steps can lead up to big steps. So say for instance you only have $10 today, you can take 5 of those $10 and put it up to your savings, and then the next day when you get more money, you can take that money and put it up to your savings. So those small things eventually lead up to $3,000. People will remember you more for what you did to be successful, not just because you're successful. So for instance, if y'all like to watch football, I love to watch football. Today, Sunday, so the Saints played. I love the Saints, and today they won. So the Saints will be remembered that they won, but they will be remembered more for how they won. So for instance, Taysom Hill, he got the first 20-yard rush and got a touchdown. Kamara, he got a touchdown. You know, it's the pass, it's the runs, and everything that builds up so they can win. So you remember more for the plays you make, and not just the overall win. For instance, when the season just first started with the Saints, they won their first 2 games, and then they got to the Green Bay game, and it's like, okay, what's going on? Is this the same team? And then they lost and everything, and then it caused them to lose the next few games. And then when they got to the Patriots, okay, this is a winning team again. You know, this reminds me of Drew Brees when he was playing. And then the next 2 games, they lost to the Texans and Buccaneers, and we're like, hold on, wait a minute, okay. And you start to overthink, but when they got to the game today, they came out as a completely different team. So it's the small things you change within the offense and defense that lead up to big games. So whatever you want to achieve in your life, take small steps to it, because if you try to take big steps, you'll overwhelm yourself. For instance, I want to write, so I take time to write and journal my thoughts and feelings every day, and that helps me become more aware of myself, and that also helps build up my writing skills. I want to be an artist, so sometimes I take time to paint and draw, and over time my skills are going to build up. I might not get painted soul right off the bat, but over time in the years to come, I know I will reach that level. So as long as you keep trying and continue to build. So if you want to achieve something in life, continue to take those steps, and eventually you will win. So sometimes people don't see you until you win, but that doesn't mean that you're not being successful or you're not taking the right steps, because sometimes people don't see you until you win, and so then that makes them go back and wonder, okay, how did this person get to this point? And now they see all the work and steps that you've been through and everything you went through just to get to that point, and then you can inspire them. For me, for instance, YouTube. I've been making YouTube videos for about 2 years now, and I'm still working on my YouTube videos. Even though I don't get that much feedback or anything or comments, I still continue to put YouTube videos out, because I know that my YouTube videos will eventually take off. So as long as you keep on working and continue to build the skills, those skills will still matter, and you will still get to where you want to be. But first you have to embody the person that you want to be. So me continuing to make YouTube videos is building up my communication, my speech, and one day when I get ready to go talk on TV or do a podcast, I already have the skills and know how to talk, because I did YouTube already. So sometimes I still stumble and I still make mistakes, but I want people to see me for my authentic self. I want people to see that you can still make mistakes and overcome those mistakes by becoming greater and better. And then y'all get to see how far I came. So even if people don't notice your steps you're taking, it's not for them to notice, but it's for you to notice, because your growth should matter most to you, because it's who you want to become. So if you start out at this point and now you're here, that should be more important to you than anybody else, because you're living your life for you and not for anybody else. And you should want to be successful for yourself. So you shouldn't want to be successful so you can show off to others, because that's not what successful is being about. Successful is overcoming the trials and tribulations that you went through to become a greater person. Being successful is being able to come from the bottom to the top. Being successful means that you're able to take something and transform it into something bigger. So don't worry about how other people see you, and don't worry about winning or overcoming just so people can see you, because your life isn't for others to see, but it's for you to live and overcome things that you see as obstacles. And for instance, people will remember you for how you won and not just winning. So people will see you for how you became successful and not just being successful, and then they will want to follow your steps. So you can still continue to win even if you don't get the big wins that you want, because silent wins win more than big wins. And also, when achieving a goal, we have to think about it takes time and dedication. So you have to put in more effort even if you don't get noticed. So you putting in more effort and more time and more dedication before you get noticed. It's just building up your confidence, building up your stamina, and building up your strengths towards achieving that goal, because you're not thinking about, okay, this, and that. You have to think about yourself and how can you get yourself to become a better person, because you can't win until you change who you are inside. So changing yourself inside will also change your outside world. So the small steps are not just small steps. Those are big steps within yourself, because as you change yourself, you will change your life. The book also mentions mastery requires patience, and the most powerful outcomes are often delayed. So if you want to make a big change in your life, if you want to master yourself, that's going to take time and dedication. You can't expect to wake up the next morning and be a completely different person. You have to continue putting the work and the effort into order to achieve those goals. So if you don't accomplish a goal within the, say you set a time frame to set a goal in 3 months and you don't meet that goal, that doesn't mean that you aren't doing enough or you're not good enough. It just means that you need a little bit more time to achieve those goals. So you should continue to work. Most times people don't see a big change in themselves within 6 months to a year. So if you continue to make those changes, continue to work on those things, that it will eventually come. And it also says the most powerful outcomes are often delayed. So sometimes when we expect big blessings, big changes in our life, it's going to take time. And we think that it's delayed, but it's also on time, because God is never late and God is always on time. So sometimes we think we need these things by this moment or this time, but we're not ready spiritually to receive it. And as we grow, our spirit will grow and we'll receive it in just the right amount of time. So we have to stop thinking about things in a time frame and just focus on what can we do in this time and how we are in this time, because who we are now is going to determine what kind of blessing we get. So as we build ourselves up, we will achieve and we will get bigger blessings. So it's not about this time or this time, because we can't rush greatness. We can't rush to be successful. We have to take our time and build strong foundations, so when we do be successful, we'll be able to stay successful and keep those blessings. So just remember, it's not a time thing. It's not a rush. We're not running a race here. We're running a marathon, because we want our successfulness to last our whole lifetime. We just don't want to win, and then that win is just the only moment we experience that. We want our win to matter from the start to the end. So just continue to work, continue to build. And even if people don't recognize you, that's okay, because it's not for them to recognize. It's for you to recognize. And when it's time for people to recognize you, best believe you will get recognized, and you will get the recognition that you want. So sometimes it's all about building yourself. So when you do get recognized, you'll know how to speak correctly, you know how to handle situations correctly, because if we all want to be famous, or we all want to achieve a certain power, it takes responsibility to keep that power. It takes responsibility to be successful and famous. So we got to know how to handle ourselves first before we can handle the world. So you're gonna get everything that you want in life as long as you continue to build towards it and continue to work towards it. Don't give up because it doesn't happen in the time frame that you think, because we gotta think about it. We're not on our time, but we're on God's time. So, and if we're on God's time, and that means we're trying to reach a level of mastery. We're not just trying to reach, you know, just simple wins and this and that. We want big wins. We want it to last a lifetime. And not only do we want it to last our lifetime, we want it to last for our grandkids and our great-grandkids, so we can pass down generational wealth. So we're trying to have generational successfulness, not just lifetime successfulness, because we want our recognition and our wins to be noticed for the rest of time. So, and that's going to take patience, dedication, and, you know, strength. So just continue to build that mentality towards the things you want, and it will come. And don't give up, because, you know, if you give up, you'll never achieve it. Just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, and eventually you will get everything you want as long as you believe it. So that's my message for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and, you know, it's beautiful outside, so make sure you take time to also just go outside too. Get off social media, because social media will make you feel like you're behind because you're comparing your life to somebody else, when the only life you can compare yours to is your life. So sometimes, you know, if you want to be successful, the small thing as reading about people who are successful will help you build the mindset that they have. You know, it took me a while to get to the point I am, and I had to take time out. I wasn't going out doing this, I wasn't doing that, but I was at home reading, I was at home journaling, because I got to the point where I know what I need to make a change in my life. And how can I make this change? And for me, reading books and watching videos were the best way for my mind to grasp the things I need to do to get to this point. So even the small things I did back then led to where I'm at now, and it's just as simple as reading a book or watching videos, and most of all, trying to create a new habit of meditating every day, because a peaceful mind is a peaceful life. So as long as you get the clutter and the gunk out your mind, you'll be able to sit down with yourself and know exactly what you need to do to get to where you want to go. And you yourself, all the answers are within yourself. So as long as you have a quiet mind, everything you need to know, you already know it. Just sit down and come to a place of peacefulness and quietness and stillness, and everything will come to you. But how can you do that if you're constantly running around wild? If you want a peaceful life, let go of the wild things. If you want a successful life, let go of the things that's going to cause non-successfulness, wildness. So sometimes we have to sit down and miss out on things. Missing out on things like going out, being around friends, because, you know, being around friends is cool, but are your friends going to help you be successful in life? I mean, they could if y'all work together and collaborate on good things, but going out drinking and partying, it's not going to help you be successful. But if y'all sit down and have Bible study, if y'all sit down and think of ways how y'all can be rich and successful together, 10 times out of 10, y'all will become rich and successful together, because y'all can have bright ideas, but you never know because you're always going out and doing things. But when you come down and sit down and think about, okay, we want to be successful in life, how can we be successful in life, and y'all start taking those steps and start making goals to being successful, I'm sorry, y'all, it weather change got my sinuses and everything messed up, but as long as you take the steps to be successful, you will be successful. Sometimes that means we have to leave our friends alone. Sometimes we have to get by ourselves and focus on us, because the answer is within us. And as we change ourselves, we will change our life. So thank you for watching. And also, I want to rephrase on when I said become like them. Don't become like anybody, but take their lifestyle as an example and create your own ways to become successful, because what worked for them might not necessarily work for you, but it gives you ideas on what to do and how. You know, it gives you the idea of what type of lifestyle you want. So don't become exactly like them, but become better than them. Use their lifestyle as an example. Use their lifestyle as a guide, so you can create your own way of living, because you have your own special gifts and talents. You have your own special, unique qualities about yourself that can make you successful. So whatever they do might not work for you, but what you do will work for you and make you successful. And so this is your life. Live it your way. Create your own habits. Create your own greatness. Don't create nobody else's life, but instead create your life and become successful for the things you do. Become successful for your uniqueness. So it helps you. And that was the end for real. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope you have a great week coming up, and I hope you have a great month. It's gonna be a new month, new energy, new blessings. So go into the month of November knowing that you're abundant, knowing that you're wealthy, knowing that you're enough, knowing that you can succeed, and knowing that you will succeed, and knowing that one day everything you pray for will come. So when you go into the new month, go into the new month with a positive mindset, a new mindset, create new habits, become a new person, become the person you want to be. And I pray that everybody becomes successful and achieves their goals and dreams. And I pray that everybody has a great life and experience the best of the best. Have a great day.